Siemka, z tej strony Prosoud i witam was w kolejnym odcinku ze Starfield. Jak ostatnio pamiętacie, robiliśmy sobie Tau Ceti IX. Robiliśmy sobie Tau Ceti VIII-A. Próbowałem też Tau Ceti VIII, ale tutaj wystarczyło tylko przeskanować to i nie możemy tam nawet wlecieć. I robiliśmy sobie jeszcze Tau Ceti VIII-B, bo tutaj mieliśmy florę, faunę i zasoby i jeszcze cechy mieliśmy. I w tym odcinku bierzemy się za Tau Ceti VIII-C. Tutaj mamy 5 zasobów i chyba jakieś cechy. Zobaczymy.
Can you get a moment? Can we talk?
Dobra, tu jedna cecha będzie. No i tutaj gdzieś wyląduje.
Landing initiated. Watch your flaring.
Hey, Dad. Will you read to me tonight before bed?
Read to you, sure. I like that very much.
Dobra, mamy wodę, tam jest jakiś budynek, tu mamy chlor. Dobra, czyli musimy iść tam, bo tam mamy oznaki życia. No i tu jeszcze po drodze będę się rozglądać za innymi zasobami. O, mamy lead. O, chlorosilany tutaj są. I jeszcze Cez został do zebrania. O, tu mamy Cez. To jest jako złoże. I mamy też cechę biologiczną. Pewnie jakiś... O, koralowy basen mineralny. Płytkie ekosystemy w basenach bogatych w składniki odżywcze tworzą osady ze zmineralizowanych szczątków zamieszkujących je organizmów. Dobra. Koralowy basen mamy ogarnięty. 200 PD. No i dobra. Bierzemy się teraz za Tau Ceti VIII-D. Tutaj mamy tylko i wyłącznie zasoby do zebrania.
Touching down.
No i wydaje mi się, że na Tau Ceti IX to raczej też nie będzie nic do odkrywania. Tylko będziemy mogli sobie chyba przeskanować tą planetę, bo to jest lodowy olbrzym. No i nie ma warunków nawet, żeby tam wejść normalnie. Nikiel tutaj mamy. O. Tutaj mamy platynę i wodę. O, jakiś statek sobie tutaj wylądował. Bardzo byłoby szkoda, gdyby ktoś go ukradł. O kurde, to są dwa statki. To fajny statek, no. Też mi się podoba. Dobra, idziemy do tego drugiego. Że przy okazji znajdziemy ten ostatni zasób, który nam brakuje. Nie widzę tego surowca nigdzie. No nie wiem co to jest. A, dobra, mogę zobaczyć. Pallad. Dlatego boję się teraz wchodzić do tego statku, bo mam jeszcze jeden zasób do ogarnięcia. Złoża platyny. Ale wydaje mi się, że za duży jest ten statek, żeby mógł nim kierować. No ale zaraz zobaczymy. Nie no, sam nikiel tutaj jest, nic więcej. No, przejmij statek, żeby czasem. Znajdę kiedyś ten pallad? poszukać. Jest. Boże, jest. Mamy pallat. Ja wam jeszcze nawet pokażę. Czekajcie. O, okej. No, w tym miejscu. Nie wiem, czy wam się wygeneruje w tym samym miejscu, ale mimo wszystko wolę pokazać. Dobra, idziemy do tego statku. Zanim nam odleci. Longsword. No dobra, ale to są wrogowie, czy co?
Oh man, are we glad to find you. Our ship's in bad shape. We managed to land, but we're in need of repairs. You wouldn't happen to have any spare ship parts, would you? We can probably jury-rig a fix on our own. Yeah, if you spot any, we could really use it.
Mhm.
You got time for
Yes?
a quick chat? I'd
Hello.
appreciate it when you're able.
Yes. Hello. Yes. Hello. Yes. Hello. Komunista. Tak właśnie pisało. Czekajcie, ja sobie ten zapiszę. Nie wiem, czy mnie ludzie tutaj ścigać za to nie będą. A właśnie ciekawe, czy on odpali w ogóle. Wbiłem się tutaj. Sam pomożesz mi w razie W, nie? Czekajcie, to jest wszystko? Tutaj coś jeszcze jest. Kurde, to wszystkie warsztaty chyba mamy użyteczne. Ale ja bym mógł przejąć ten w ogóle statek. Czy bym w ogóle mógł? Aktualnie nie widzę tutaj żadnych innych drzwi. O, dobra, tu są. Mogę wejść? Ja nie mogę. Ten statek jest taki ogromny. Nara.
I picked up something you might be interested in.
Nara komuniści, czy tam koloniści, czy jak się tam nazywaliście. To nie jest wasz statek. Wkradłem się tam na cyfrychu.
Locking into orbit now.
Było tak na czerwono. Why not? Kolejny do kolekcji chociaż, nie? Mamy rakiety. Dobra. Jak już dostaliśmy ten nowy statek, to ja jestem szczęśliwy. Dobra, Tau Ceti IX. Czyli to pewnie będzie samo odkrycie, jak mi się wydaje. No, w tym miejscu nie można wylądować, tak myślałem. Tau Ceti IX dane badawcze. No i dobra. Układ Tau Ceti został zrobiony i zbadany na 100%. Możliwe, że tutaj będą się tylko kryć jakieś misje, ale jak jeśli rzeczywiście będą tam jakieś misje, no to wam to pokażę mimo wszystko, ale no... kiedy indziej. Tu jest układ Eridani. Delta Pavonis. Gwiazda Manena. Ale dobra. Ja bym musiał i tak wziąć się za jakieś zadanie. Dobra, wiecie co? Zrobimy sobie... Nie no, Straży Gwiazd może być długie. Kradzież zasilania. Musimy iść do studni nowoatlantyckiej. Dlaczego się tu nie mogę przeteleportować? Tylko nie przywal meteor. to mi wykryto?
detected contraband on board. Halt and prepare to be boarded. All illegal and stolen goods will be confiscated. I've got special orders. You're coming with me. Stand down and prepare for immediate transport to our vessel.
Aha.
We have orders to transport you and your vessel to your final destination, the UC Vigilance. Any deviation from those orders on your part will be considered an act of hostility and will be met with aggressive force. Smart decision. Stand by to be boarded and transferred.
Zobaczymy, co to będzie w ogóle.
Board's green. Ready for what comes next.
Lead
I'm
usunięto.
telling you, the commander's got plans for this loser. Why else would he be going through all this
Pobrane
trouble?
organy
I still
usunięto.
don't understand why he trusts a criminal. Seems like too much of a risk. Stop worrying and keep an eye on our guest. I'll be right back. You just sit tight.
Dobra, słuchajcie, wróciłem jednak tutaj do więzienia, bo nie ma tutaj żadnego sensowniejszego sposobu. Tylko w dwóch miejscach, w dwóch różnych planetach można sobie sprzedać tą kontrabandę. Ja nie mam ich na razie odkrytych i nie mam na razie czasu na to.
We have a lot to discuss. Highly perceptive. Let me add that to your list of skills. Speaking of which, let's see what we're working with here. Seems you fancied yourself a bit of an explorer in the past. That lines up with where you are now. I also see that you mined on Vectera, and now you're with Constellation. You've certainly been quite busy. Oh, and look at that. Right at the bottom of this list is the criminal incident that landed you in my crosshairs. Huh. You're absolutely right. Well, I'll have my people get right on that. Now that we have that out of the way, let me introduce myself. My name is Commander Kibwe Ikande, and I'm in charge of this operation for UC SysDev. Are you familiar with what we do? Yes, well, this is your only opportunity to keep yourself out of jail. So I suggest you change your attitude. UC SysDev is a division of the UC Navy. While they handle the big picture stuff, we deal with a very particular problem. The Crimson Fleet. That convict is where you enter the picture. No, you don't. Not yet, anyway. We've been prodding at the Crimson Fleet for years, trying to take them down one ship at a time. But we barely scratched the surface. If we can get someone on the inside, we'll have a shot at finding a loose thread we can pull to bring it all down. If the military rolls in and attacks the Crimson Fleet, we'd have a full-scale war on our hands. That means losses, heavy losses, that the United Colonies can't afford. Not for me, for yourself. Look, I'm going to make this simple. Agree to work for UC SysDev, and together we take down the Crimson Fleet. Refuse, and I tell these guys to throw you into the nearest lockup. Might even tack on an extra few hundred credits to your fine. Of course you have a choice. It's just stacked in my favor. So, what do you say? You going to work with me, or should I find someone else? Smart choice.
Dodatkowa misja zawsze
I'm going
będzie,
to
nie?
have one of my men escort you to the operations center. I strongly suggest that you don't give him any
A
trouble.
poza tym nie muszę się go słuchać.
I think you'll find all access to the docking area is fully restricted.
I z strażnikiem z sobą do centrum operacyjnego.
All right, let's go.
Dobra, już lepiej nie brać
So, you took
rzeczy,
the op
które
instead
są
of serving the time.
oznaczone żółtą ikonką.
Coming in all alone, infiltrating a bunch of pirates. You've got a lot of guts.
Okay,
Still,
hello.
it makes you wonder, especially with the stories that go around. Like the one about how the fleet deals with informants by lashing them to the hull of a ship and then slowly letting the air out of their suit. Could you imagine a worse way to go? I know I couldn't.
I tak nigdy nie lubiłem karmazynowej floty, więc...
Since the commander handpicked you, I'm guessing you can hold your breath for a really long time, right?
Alex Wong.
Conde's on level 2. Try not to touch anything until he actually clears you.
Excuse me.
All right, this is as far as I go. Take the lift up to Ops. Commander Conde should be waiting for you.
No to zrobimy sobie tę głęboką konspirację najwyżej. Teraz w tym odcinku. To nic więcej do innego ani nic więcej do roboty nie mam. No i co, i tak muszę iść tutaj.
Commander Conde is the heart and soul of UCC. Death. I'd follow him to the ends of the galaxy.
Bo jednak tu muszę zejść.
Yes,
I haven't seen my family in a while.
wherever the Crimson Fleet goes,
Mission takes
we'll
priority.
follow. I saw one of the ensigns get an Alpha Centauri from Officer Petrosian the other day.
There you are.
The man takes his job
Nie wiem,
very
czemu mi tam
seriously.
Now that we've
pokazywało.
established your level of cooperation with us, I want to introduce you to your new home. This is the Operations Center of the UC Vigilance. SysDef's nerve center, dedicated to the destruction of the Crimson Fleet.
A to jest moja ucieczka z tego więziennego statku.
Which is precisely why we're taking a more clandestine approach. We need eyes and ears inside the Crimson Fleet. Someone who can feed us information, evidence, and expose their weaknesses. The catch is that you can't just knock on their front door and ask for an application. Getting inside is going to take some finesse. I do. Our intelligence has managed to find a possible opening into the Crimson Fleet through Saoirse Bowden, one of their contacts. She works for the Trade Authority in Sidonia, so you'll be using a container of Aurora we've loaded on your ship to get her attention. That's classified. Suffice to say that the smuggler who was previously holding it will be spending the rest of their life in prison. You'd better hope so. Sersha won't be easy to dupe. Once you bluff your way into the Crimson Fleet, then the operation proceeds to evidence gathering. That's where my second-in-command, Lieutenant Gillian Toft, comes into the picture. She'll explain everything you need to know. Eager to get going? Good. Remember, this entire operation rests on your ability to infiltrate the Crimson Fleet and bring us the evidence we need to take them down. Fine. Whatever gets the job done. Look,
Jeszcze
before
pieniądze
you begin,
dostanę.
I want to make something perfectly clear. As an undercover operative for UC SysDef, you'll be expected to follow our code of conduct and ethics. Allow yourself to stray too far off the path, and you stand a good chance of spiraling out of control. To put it simply, you can't go into every situation with guns blazing. Think before you act. Calculate what you're doing and pull the trigger only when it's absolutely necessary. At the end of the day, your primary goal is taking down the Crimson Fleet. That's the greater good. That's what I wanted to hear. Anyway, it's time to hand you over to Lieutenant Toft. She'll brief you about the details of the evidence-gathering portion of the operation. Now, get out of here, and good luck.
Porozmawiaj z porucznik Toft.
While you're running with the Crimson Fleet, you're undoubtedly going to be faced with some morally gray decisions. It's going to be difficult for you to weigh the consequences of pulling the trigger while maintaining your cover. Do what you have to do, but remember why you're out there in the first place. As long as you can distinguish between surviving and thriving, you'll do just fine. Look, I can see that you're struggling with this. So let me simplify this for you. If there's a route to your goal which doesn't involve killing innocent people, I'm urging you to follow that path. Use your instincts. I'm certain you'll do the right thing. That's easy to answer. You don't. We'll be monitoring your activities from the Vigilance and attempting to keep it within your vicinity. When you feel you've gathered enough evidence and at the completion of your assignments, head back here for a debrief. Beyond that, you're completely on your own. For your own safety, nobody but myself and the crew of the Vigilance will be aware that you're working for the United Colonies. Basically, if you land in jail, you're going to have to deal with the fines. All we know is that she's been with the Trade Authority for years, which means she's been privy to some seriously shady deals. She's shrewd and she's diligent. The only reason we were able to connect her with the Crimson Fleet at all was thanks to an informant. I'm afraid she's the best lead we've got. You have your orders.
Excuse me. Hey.
Pardon.
Czemu mam drobne cały czas zaznaczone? Ja w Układzie Sol jestem, na Marsie. OZK Vigilance. O, na Saturna też nie wejdę. Na Neptuna chyba też. Jowisz też. O, na Pluton będę mógł polecieć. Na Uran tak samo nie będę mógł. Dobra. Nie, ja bym sobie najchętniej skończył, ale Jezu. Głęboka Konspiracja, karmazynowa flota. tutaj była ta baba.
Okay, hello.
All right. We don't have a lot of time, so I need you to listen up. While you're working undercover, it's imperative that you gather as much evidence as possible. If you find any records that look suspicious or incriminating, you bring it to me. Is that understood?
Mhm.
Well, you better. Commander Akande's entire
Ale
operation
co
is
się na nią
resting
tak
on your
gapisz,
shoulders.
no.
I want data slates, computer downloads, handwritten
Nie
notes.
gap się na
Hell,
nią.
I'll take anything if it'll get those
Powiedziałem.
bastards thrown into the brig. For the sake of the settled systems, I hope you're right. That minor skirmish you had with them on Vectera was nothing compared to the death and destruction those pirates leave behind. If you've seen what I've seen, you'd understand why I'm pushing you so hard. Then you'll understand why it's so important that this operation is successful. Anyway, before I let you go, there's just one more thing. Commander Akande has authorized a credit disbursement for each piece of evidence that you return. As compensation for your efforts.
Spoko.
It's not generous, it's motivational. Commander Akande's idea. All right. We've loaded a container of Aurora into your ship's cargo hold. We're also providing you with a sample you can use to tease the goods. We've cleared your ship for launch. Proceed to Sidonia. Make contact with Saoirse Bowden. And with any luck, she'll point you to the Crimson Fleet. That should do it. You're dismissed.
Daj się do Sydonii. Szukaj dowodów.
Don't worry, the container's been registered with UC Security, so you shouldn't have any trouble. Even if you're scanned. Of course, if we find out you tried to sell it to someone outside the boundaries of this particular operation, well, I don't think I need to tell you the consequences of making that mistake. Not really, no. I've learned to keep my personal experiences separate from the job. Don't get me wrong. I appreciate that you care. It's just that I don't feel like now's an appropriate time to be discussing these things. Let's just stick to the job at hand and concentrate on the mission. But, maybe we can talk about it some other time, okay? We'll be here if you need us.
Kurde, nie wiem, czy ja mam kontynuować tą konspirację, czy nie. Chciałem zacząć... Znaczy, no, w sumie chciałem zacząć jakąś krótszą misję.
Nice to be back. You got time for a quick chat? I'd appreciate it when you're able.
Nie. Gdzie jest reszta ekipy? O, dobra, jest tu wielbiciel jeszcze.
Yeah?
Mi się wydaje, że tu więcej osób może przyjść nawet. Tylko jak ich dołączyć, powiedzmy, tutaj?
Is there a way to go faster than the speed of light?
Tego też gra nie powie. Dobra, słuchajcie, tą głęboką konspirację to ja zrobię w innym odcinku. Tu mamy Cydonię. Tak więc słuchajcie, w następnym odcinku sobie zrobimy dalej tą misję i może jeszcze jakąś misję sobie zrobimy. Tak więc to by było na tyle. Mam nadzieję, że odcinek wam się spodobał. Zapraszam do lajkowania, komentowania oraz subskrybowania. Na razie i cześć, do zobaczenia w następnym odcinku ze Starfield.